Welcome back to my channel, and here I am with another video. What you see on your screen, that is a 1956 Chevy truck, and what I'm going to show you on this video, how you can wrap or how you can make the headliner for this truck. It is something very simple. There are a lot of different ways how you can make the headliner for this kind of car. That is one way. I have that video on my Spanish channel. For those who don't know me, I have a Spanish channel, and you can find the description, or you can find the link on my Spanish channel on the description of this video. That is one way how you can do it. I have a lot of videos related to headliners. Some of them I haven't shared yet, but I will in the near future, so stay tuned. That is another way how you can make a headliner. That is a headliner for El Camino, and I make everything from the scratch. So simple. Some customers spend a lot of money on the paint or on the engine, but they don't want to spend money on the interior. So what kind of design are you going to make? All depend how much the customer want to spend on the headliner. Simple as that. So you can see him, and there I cleaned that part, and I put some paint in there just to look nice, and I put that chipboard in there. That's very important. When you're going to make a headliner, you have to make sure you have a small gap between those two metals. I remove this piece of chipboard, and you go into measurement, how many inches have, then you will give 1 inch extra all around, and you will cut the chipboard. A lot of people put right here extra padding, or they put insulation. It's good if you're going to put insulation. I will put a chipboard, and I will use the chipboard as insulation, plus I will add a padding. You will see the design later. It's something so simple. I am putting a lot of glue, and here I have the chipboard. I put a lot of glue too, and very important because will be one layer on top of the other one. So I just taper out one layer, that way it doesn't show through the upholstery. And then I let it dry for about around 5 minutes, and then I put that board in there, and you can see me in there. So then I will put glue right here, because the other layer will be on top of this part of the chipboard, and I will let it dry for 5 minutes. What happens if I don't let it dry? If I don't let it dry and I bring the piece, and as soon as I put those two pieces together, it will glue and will be hard for me to unglue it. So it is dry. I can play with it, I can move it. As soon as I apply pressure with my hand, if I want to remove it or unglue it, that will be hard to do it. So that's why I don't put pressure on it until I make sure everything is divided. Everything is on the right place. So you can see I moved that chipboard, and then I apply pressure, and that is. Make sure, and that is. So you have that part nice and clean. Then you just can put a padding like a 1/4 of an inch foam, and then on top of that you can put the leather fabric or vinyl like that, just on top like that. Or you can make a special design. You can make a pleats, you can make a diamond, or you can make a base, a board, and wrap that board with the material, any design that you want. A lot of different ways how you can do this. The customer just want pleats 2-inch pleats, and to do that I have to divide it by 2 to make sure those pleats are going to divide it equally. I put a line on the center right there, and then just put one more in there, same thing on the other side. I'm not going to show you everything, I just giving you an idea. You're going to measuring the long and the width, and you will give like 1 inch all around if you are not going to make pleats. But if you're going to put a stitch, you have to give more extra, because when you put a stitch, that big piece will shrink a little bit. I will use a 1/2 inch foam, So we'll trim, I would say we'll trim like around 2 inches, because I will put a lot of stitches. Then I am putting glue. Right here, I don't put a lot glue, but I put enough to hold that material in place. Remember, I'm going to put the stitches. If I don't put a lot of glue or enough glue when I am sewing those pieces, this material might unglue it. If I unglue it, those lines might move. And remember, I'm going to put the stitch exactly on top of the line. If the line is not straight or haven't moved, that stitch will be crooked. So very important to put enough glue. That way, during the sewing process, you don't want this to unglue it. And I got that piece, so I just will make sure to square that piece. If you don't want to put a stitch like that, like how I have it on the table, you just put a lot of glue and take it to the card and glue it to the card. Will be plain, 0 stitch. But I will put a stitch. It's a little bit harder with the stitch. A little bit, not that much, a little bit harder, because you have to make sure to put those stitches divided to sew that piece. It takes more time, but I think it looks way better than plain. I will finish this and I will glue that piece to the card, and then the customer, he said he have like a crumb that will go around that metal. He will put them on later. So I put those marks, then I draw a line. I am using a special pens, Fisher Silver ink, and I can remove those marks easily with a heavy duty degreaser, or even with gasoline mixed with water. Simple to remove. Then I take it to the sewing machine and start sewing exactly on top of the line. What happens if I don't put enough glue? That letter might come undone. If it comes undone, the line might move. If the line move, remember I'm sewing exactly on top of the line. So it's very important to put enough glue to keep those pieces together. And I am sewing. I will sew in all this piece like that. Try to go slow and make sure to sew it exactly on top of that line. There will be a point that I will be sewing like 8 pleats and the material is inside the machine, and it's better to do it this way if that is the case. See, I twist it and I keep sewing on the other side. Simple and easy. You can make a diamond too. I sew in a lot of headliner for this kind of truck with diamond. Then I take it to a table and put a lot of glue. You see, I'm not putting glue on the stitches. I just put a glue on the side of the stitches. Sometimes I put a lot of glue on the stitches, but on this time I leave the stitches without glue. I take it to the card and I put glue in there too. So putting a lot of glue, and I will let it dry. I will say for about 3 minutes. Then I bring the plate and I make sure to put those stitches on the center first. Make sure to go exactly on top of that mark. Don't apply pressure if you are not sure that piece is in the center. In case if there are some mark or wrinkle, I will put the steamer later, but I hope not. It's a simple design. So, and that is. After that, I touch the edge of the metal and I mark 1 inch away from that edge. That mark is 1 inch outside of that edge, not inside. 1 inch to outside. and I cut it. If I have to cut it more, I will. Then I get the heavy duty degreaser. I put a yes on that area because I will use this spatula and I will tuck it in there. So simple. So simple. Then when everything is done, the customer has like a chrome, a frame that will go around that. Sometimes it is a chrome, sometimes it is a rubber, a black plastic, but this customer say have like chrome, and I will put it around that area. If this truck didn't have that space to tuck it in that material, well, there is one more option that you can do it. There is another way how you can do it is make a board, wrap that piece with the material, any design that the customer wants, and then put some magnet, at least 5 magnets, one on each corner and then one on the center. You can buy those magnets in Amazon, eBay, a lot of places where you can get it. So, but the good thing is this truck, most of this truck have that space, and I can tuck it in that material between those two metal. And there it is. It is done. You can see it. Then I just waiting for the piece, other piece of chrome that is going to be around there. So it's a simple thing to do it. So simple, because there are a lot of different ways how you can express your experience on this kind of headliner. A lot. And not only that, sometimes the customer come with their own idea, their own photos, and they want you to do what they have on that photo. So thank you for watching my video, my friend. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you have been watching my video for a long time ago and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please feel free to do it, and click that bell. When you click on the bell, every time that I upload a new video, you will receive a notification. For those who don't know me, I have been working on this trade for almost 4 decades, but I still learning. I never going to end learning about this trade, because every day I learn something new. Just one more thing. I know a lot of you come here to this channel because I say it on my Spanish YouTube channel that I have an English channel. That's why you are here, maybe. Yes, and I have a Spanish YouTube channel with upholstery content, with a lot of content, almost 1,000 videos related to upholstery. Just imagine what do I have in my Spanish channel. So, but for those who don't speak Spanish, I create this channel too. This channel I created in 2017. My Spanish channel I created in 2016. But I start upload videos in English to this channel like around 18 months ago, especially for those who love upholstery and don't speak Spanish. So thank you so much for being here, supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.